Coach, obviously difficult to lose Mitchell Robinson in this game. I mean, when you lose him so early on, what kind of impact does that have?
Oh, it was huge because he had a great start to the game, and obviously he's our best defensive big, and not having him against Drummond was a big blow.
And, when you take a look at this game, it was a game of runs, but then, with that flagrant on Julius Randle, that turns into a 6-point swing. Detroit goes up 8. How hard is it to come back from that scenario, especially when you're down a guy?
That's a tough one. It's tough to weather a 6-point play. That's actually the first time I've ever seen that since I've been coaching. So, but, we made a lot of mistakes defensively, but these are things that we can correct.
Offensively, tonight, we saw some good things from your team, some progress. Of course, you want to put it together on both ends, but what did you see there?
Well, our pace was fantastic to start the game, and the ball movement was great. But again, the second half, it's when it matters. We got to really stick with that. I think we had 24 assists for the game, but that's what basically a whole quarter where the ball stopped.
It seemed like in the first half you kind of were unhappy with your guys getting back in transition because it kind of went over the top. I mean, what were you seeing?
5 times. They contested the shot and leaked out, and our guards were just caught watching, and they weren't getting back on the release. So that's something we got to show them on the film and clean up.
What did you think of the flagrant foul on Randle? If you thought it was ordered?
It's a tough call. I mean, just overall right now, it's just becoming nearly impossible to contest a 3-point shot, with the real contest without getting a foul called on you. And, it's very difficult to teach around that.
Just going into Dallas, you're going to face a bold.
I'm not thinking about Dallas tonight. I'm worried about watching this film right now, and we'll talk about Dallas tomorrow.
What did you see from Frank?
Again, consistent play. Aggressive, consistent play. He really worked hard defensively for us, got us organized. He played with a great pace tonight, while still looking for himself and finding others. So really happy with the way he's been going.
Marcus and Julius both got texts, I think, in the fourth quarter. Did you feel like some of the guys were losing their cool a little bit, or unhappiness?
Frustration. Yeah, just frustration, I think, more than anything else. And it happens, but it is what it is. Good?
You're good?
All right, guys.
Thanks, Coach. RJ, right off the bat, you lose Mitchell Robinson early in the first quarter there. How much of an impact does that make when you don't have his rim protection?
It's tough. He's very, very big for us, especially, like you said, protecting the rim. And then once he went out, it was kind of tough for us. But, we're hoping he could get back soon.
Coach was saying that he doesn't think he's ever seen a 6-point play in the league before, after that flagrant on Randle. Have you ever seen anything like that? And how hard is it to respond to something like that?
I've never seen that ever in basketball, but, things happen. And, no matter what happens, we got to respond. So, that was tough, but we'll get through it.
And, when you take a look at the first half versus the second half, offensively, so many things working. In the second half, where did you see the breakdown?
Like I said, biggest thing was, one of the biggest things we were missing Mitch. And then it's tough when a player goes down in the middle of the game. It's tough to kind of regroup. But, that's no excuse. We still have to be better.
You're shooting on 3-pointers. How much of that was your defense and how much of that was just them making shots?
I mean, these are the best players in the world. They hit shots. And then I think somebody didn't miss a shot today, but it happens. It's basketball. Basketball life happens. Just gotta move on to the next one.
Frustrated. I'm just not gonna get into the officials, just because I have a son, so I want to save my money for him. But I'm just not gonna get into the officials tonight.
And Coach was saying, officials aside, that it's just become harder with the new rules, though, to defend the 3-point shot. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you're trying to close out to knock down shooters, and I don't know. I don't have an answer to it. You're just trying to close out to knock down shooters, and you're not really allowed to do anything, eat up any kind of space, really make it difficult for them. So, it's extremely tough, but the rules are what the rules are, so you got to figure out a way.
And you're mentioning being frustrated tonight, after taking another loss here, being one of the leaders of this team. How do you keep the morale where you need it to be right now?
it's 8 games into the season. Let our team know that we have plenty of time. But we got to get better. We got to continue to strive and get better, and then eventually we'll hit our turn, and we'll get to where we need to be. But until then, we just got to keep our head down and keep grinding.
What'd you make? I mean, it's a competitive first half, and then that 6-point play, and then it kind of got out of hand. I mean, how do you rate it? Rate the loss in terms of, was there any positive step or?
Yeah, first half, and then in the second half we just got a little too stagnant. Our pace slowed down. And then we just made adjustments to what we were doing as far as trapping Kennard and all that type of stuff, and they got plays out of it. And our defense just wasn't there. To get stops.
You started knocking down some 3-point shots tonight, and were more efficient. I mean, was that something that you felt a little bit about?
Yeah, I was in a better rhythm. But I mean, it's a long season, so I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I'm not really worried about it. I just want to get some wins, man. It's just tough, and it's hard to say. Looking at the short-term picture of what we're trying to do, you kind of keep it all in perspective and look at the long-term where we want to be at the end of the season, and are we taking the right steps to get there? And I think we are, but in the short term, it's tough when you're losing.
He likes to lose games, but it was not going to be easy. We have a good group who keeps battling with big-time character, and that's what we need to turn that thing on the right track. So yeah, we got to get back to work and be ready for Dallas game.
How much has it helped you to keep getting now consistent opportunities and just know every day that you're going to get the chances to play here?
Like I said before, you always got to be ready, no matter the opportunity you have in front of you, how many minutes you got in front of you. You always got to be ready for those minutes for your team. But of course, that helps your rhythm. Now, like I said, nobody likes to lose. So we really want to get back on the right track and get this win in Dallas.
Coach was saying tonight that, with the rule changes with the defense, that it's really become harder to defend the 3-point shot. How do you feel about that? Is that something that you have to consider?
Yeah, it is. It is a challenge. Basketball nowadays is a lot of 3-point shot, a lot of talented players out there, but it's a big challenge, and we like challenges. So, like I said, we're going to watch film, watch what we got to do better, and take that challenge.
Are you looking forward to seeing Chris Thompson playing against him?
You're one of the few guys that he was your teammate. I mean, most of the other guys here never played with him, right?
Yeah, he was my teammates and the big-time friends. I'm happy to see him off the court. Now, on the court, it's going to be a battle, so there's no friends on the court. But, yeah, obviously, off the court, Kristaps was a big-time friend of me. And he is, too. He's still.